How's it going, everybody? Zach back with another trade recap. Now, today is December 14th. It is a Saturday morning, and I'm going to be recapping a trade that I took yesterday on Friday in the morning. Now, I shorted ES yesterday. I'm going to take you through and show you how I got my bias, why I chose ES over NQ, how I entered, where I put my stops, how I got out, all that fun stuff, right? So as usual, let's go ahead and let's hop into the charts. So right away, you can see ES on the left daily chart, NASDAQ on the right daily chart. And so here's Friday's candle. Here's Friday's candle on NASDAQ. And if we look, right away after Thursday's close, you can see we formed a swing high right here. And so we actually did not take out and make a new all-time high on ES, but we did take out and form a new high right here on Wednesday, right? Whereas on Wednesday on ES, we did not. So we have SMT there, right? So right away, I identified relative weakness in comparison to NASDAQ, right? You can see the swing high form on Thursday, and we pushed higher and took out this high where we failed to do that on ES. So what that told me was, okay, if I'm going to go in on Friday, the day after this close, and we form the SMT divergence, if I'm going to be shorting or see a short setup, I want to be shorting the relatively weaker asset, which is ES. So that's how right away, just like that, I determined what I'm going to be trading if I'm long. I'll be trading NASDAQ if I see a long setup, what I'm going to be trading if I'm short biased and looking for a short setup on ES, okay? So that's why I picked ES yesterday over NASDAQ. Now, if we jump back over here, you can see, right, just daily chart, we have 1 hour chart here, bottom left, and we have 15-minute chart over here on the right? And this is where I execute and all that. I'm going to go through and mark up everything here in a second. But I just wanted to go over and cover, why I chose ES over NASDAQ. And as always, right, I still have my SMT divergence chart over here, ES on top and Q on the bottom. So I'm watching that as the market plays out in the mornings. And I have my daily chart over here, my dollar chart over here as well, just to kind of give me some more confluence. Let's pop back over here, right? So right away at 1800, right, new daily candle opens up, and you can see, what does the market do? Well, if we took on our profiles, right, we have Asia. Then during the London session, the market's running up, making a new high. And then at 8:30, right, this candle right here, New York sessions opens up. So let's designate that. And we have this almost New York reversal, right? This New York reversal profile. And so I waited. Yes, I saw this kind of selling off into the 9:30 open right here on this green candle. This is 9:30. I kind of saw this pump at 9:30. And if we go look over here at the 15-minute on NQ, right, we actually formed SMT at these highs right here. NASDAQ was pumping up right at 9:30. ES couldn't even get above this high right here, this pre-market high. And so what that told me was, again, relative weakness on ES compared to NASDAQ. So if I'm going to be looking for a short setup, I want to be trading ES, right? And you can see the move play out right here. But let's go ahead and mark out that SMT. Boom, right? SMT. You might be asking yourself, Zach, why don't you have YM on your SMT chart anymore? Well, I'll be honest, after watching it do its own thing for the past couple months, I really just didn't see it correlating enough for me to want to look at it all day and compare SMTs with NASDAQ and ES. So right now, I'm really only looking at SMT between ES and NASDAQ. It kind of just, when I had YM on there, it was kind of just giving me a lot of conflicting info. And so I found that ES and NASDAQ were actually moving more similarly to each other compared to YM. So I just took YM off to kind of eliminate the constant feed of information. The less information, the better, right? Just kind of keep it simple. So saw the SMT there, and then right here, when this candle came down and closed below, light bulb went off in my head saying, okay, that right there is a change in the state of delivery. And what do I mean by that, right? Well, the market goes from seeking, right, buy side, right? Couldn't even get above these highs up here, these equal highs, all these equal highs, right over here. Couldn't even get above that. Whereas if we look at NASDAQ, zoom out, you can see obviously right here, we do get above these highs, all these equal highs right here, before the market even opens, right? So couldn't even get above these highs. Once again, confirming that SMT. There's a whole bunch of SMT, right? So like I said, if I'm going to be shorting an asset, I want to be shorting the weakest one. So when I saw this, right, and just the strong pump it, open at NASDAQ, I wasn't going to chase that. I was going to see, okay, can we even get above these highs? We have a lot of SMT at these highs. These equal highs here, these highs here, right? A lot of SMT pointing, saying, hey, ES is really weak today. Can't even get above these pre-market or yesterday's highs. So what is a change in the state of delivery, right? Or often abbreviated as CISD. What is that? Well, it forms, right? In my opinion, change in the state of delivery is when the market goes from seeking buy side, right? Price is being delivered to the buy side, and switches, right, to sell side. Get that red, right? So it starts seeking lower prices, goes from higher prices seeking lower prices, right? So when we have that, right, and you can see here, yes, we kind of wick through this fair value gap here. That's why I wanted to wait. This closure above might have gotten some people bullish to buy the dip and go higher. I wanted to wait and see, right? We can't even get above these highs. And when we came down, kind of closed back below this fair value gap, had SMT at this high, as well as these relative equal highs, and on the daily, right, here and here, up here. When we had that, I said, okay, you know what? This looks like a no-brainer short. We do have some untapped lows down here. And if we go look at the hourly chart, you have all these untapped lows. So to me, hide my camera. To me, this looks like a low resistance liquidity run to the downside, right? People making money all day long. Let's go back now and stop all these people out, right? So that gave me clear targets to the downside if I was looking short. So we had previous day's low right here, which is just this low. We can mark that out. Previous day's low, PDL, you can see right here. Get another one down here. Here on Wednesday, Wednesday's low. And then one more down here, right? And this was Tuesday's low. So I was looking for these to get hit, right? So when this candle came down and closed below this series of up close candles here, I said, okay, I love that. That's almost like our purge and go model, right? We didn't purge a high, right? But we have SMT there. So we don't actually need to tag that high out. Remember, on the 15-minute SMT at these highs here. So NQ already had that Judas swing up to the upside. ES doesn't need to do it because we have SMT, right? And SMT, a crack in correlation between correlated assets means that something's going on, right? A reversal is high probability. And that's exactly what we got. So when I saw that, I said, great, don't need to purge a high right here to validate this order block. It's already happened on NQ. And then if anything, that makes me even more bearish on ES, right? Because we couldn't get back up above this high, right? It's relative weakness. So I won't beat a dead horse with that, but you can see right here, if I log into my TradeStation account, let me hide that. If I log into my TradeStation account on live here, log in, boom, right? Come on the executions. You can see sold short right here when this candle closed and this one opened. I sold short right here, 6 contracts, and was aiming first partial off 2R down here at previous day's low. So let's go ahead and let's move that over, right? So you can see here, short here. Where's my tools? Short here, stop here. First partial at 2R right here. So I got short at 75 here. So first partials at 2R, I took half of it off, 3 out of the 6. Then I held the rest for Wednesday's low right here. So boom, got 2 off there. And then I had one runner. I was trying to get Thursday's low here. And you can see the importance of partials. Got some, or half off at 2R. Got 2 more off at 3R here at Wednesday's low. And then at that point, I had trailed my stop to this level right here. So my stop was there. and I got tagged out. I actually ended up just manually closing it as it was coming up. I was like, you know what, it's going to hit this fair value gap, and then if it does, use this as resistance, it'll just go lower again. But you can see I still wouldn't have gotten filled on my partial down here at Tuesday's low. Now, would I have taken another, just taken it off below this low? Who knows, right? Couldn't tell you. I probably would have just held and gotten stopped out again if I did, move my stop after that. But either way, right, still left Tuesday's low intact. So that's the importance of taking partials along the way, right, to maximize those profits and then maybe hold a runner, not your full position though, right? So that's basically it, right? Just market ordered in after this change in the state of delivery below the opening price of these series of up close candles. And how I determined the relative weakness was just looking at one, starting on the daily chart with the SMT at these highs here, but also using lower time frame SMT as well, and kind of identifying buy side and sell side of the curve, right? And really, entry super simple. When we have a closure or validation of this order block here, just market ordering in, stop above the high, aiming for partials at 2R, and then kind of just riding it down into the remaining lows here. So that was the bias. That was how I chose what I wanted to trade based on what was strong, what was weak in the market that day and this week. And if you found this insightful, let me know. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.